Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And as you guys know, I'm not much of a Christmassy person, but since we're closing in on Christmas and I wanted to put a little effort in this year, I thought I would decorate my set here. So just gonna put that right there. Feeling more festive already, but that's not all. Decorate my studio with me. The end. No, just kidding. I also wanted to let you guys know I have updated my Patreon, so if you guys want to become a patron, check out the tiers, and the links are in the description for that. And yeah, I'm gonna start doing that thing again with the thing at the beginning of my videos. So if you want your name in every single one of my videos, check out my Patreon, become a patron. It would mean a lot to me. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about is that I've changed some of the handles on like my social media, like my Twitter, or now X, Instagram. Not Instagram, that was the only one I haven't got yet. I'm trying to get my actual name, but somebody else has already got it, and I did message him and asked him if I could have the URL, and he blocked me. The nerve. The fool. But yeah, I did change some of my handles. I got lucky with Twitter and yeah, some of the other ones. So in my past videos, I'm not going back and changing thousands of videos of URLs in the description. So some of them are not going to work, but as of now, they should be working. So yeah, if you want to follow me on all my other social media, that would be great. Now, the main point of this video is really just to tell you about 3 dreams. That's right, this is a 3-in-1, a threesome, some may say. I've had these dreams, like, this is gonna sound so crazy because you guys know I like to tell you about my dreams, and usually what I do is I wake up. I did have a dream book, but I never write in it because, like, I was too lazy, and who the fuck can write as soon as they've just opened their eyes? Like, it takes me, like, at least 20 minutes to just even know who I am in the morning. But yeah, I tried to do that the other morning, except I was doing it in my notes, and I was voice noting, like, saying it as a voice thing, like voice to text in my notes, because I can't see to type something like this with one eye open and it's so bright, I can't. One of them I do remember very vividly, and I was telling my friend about this the other day. It was about Art the Clown from Terrifier, and that was a very scary dream. Now I want you to picture this. It's a very short dream, by the way. I dreamt that I was going down like a trap door, kind of. There was a ladder that went down into some kind of cellar or basement. It was dark, it was made of stone, it just looked like a scary basement. And as you went down and got off the bottom of the ladder and like turned around, this is what you saw. So it was like just the stone wall that went all the way around, no windows, nothing, dark down there, pitch black. But there was also this thing here to this side of me, which was like what you have in a wine cellar, one of those things to put the wine bottles in, a huge one. And I walked to the end of that, and you could walk around it like it went around a corner. And as you went around that, it was kind of the same. It was just like one room, but with the wine case thing, the wine shelf, in separating it, and you could walk around it, kind of like a horseshoe shape. There was another door, like as you got around the other side, and the door went into an even darker room. And I had a flashlight, and I walk in there. It's pitch black. I turn on the flashlight and look to my left as I poke my head in that room, and there he is, Art the Clown, standing there, doesn't do anything at all, nothing at all, just standing there staring at me with that smile that he does in the movie. Just like, I can't even do it, but I do have the mask. Alright, literally this, like this, I'm not putting it on, but this face, like, standing there exactly like this, teeth showing and everything, just like that. Who do you think's scarier, Valak or Whoa, they look like they could be brother and sister, or boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh god, that is not something that we need to see. Anyway, so Art is just standing there staring at me, and I can see he's not like a mannequin or anything like that. He's a real like person. I can see like slight movement, just like as you know, as if it were a human standing there, just like the slight movement. He wasn't moving, eyes weren't moving, nothing, just staring at me, smiling. So I back out of that room, really feeling vulnerable, because don't forget, I'm like down ladders in a basement underground here, really feeling like this insane anxiety, I guess. Like as I walk out of that room, come back around the wine shelves, come back around here, and obviously you can see through the wine shelves, and I could just see this black doorway where I knew he was. And it was like, as I'm climbing the ladder, there is no more vulnerable feeling than like climbing a ladder while you know there's something behind you. That's the worst feeling ever. And that's what it felt like in the dream. Like, the anxiety was insane, and I was just waiting for him to come running out of that room and get me, but he didn't. And I got out of there, and that was the end of that. But boy, I'll tell you, the anxiety was very, very bad. Like, I woke up and I was actually like shook. I was like this. I went to work in a pretty bad mood because of it. It sounds kind of silly now because it was a dream, but at the time it just felt awful. Like, it ruined my morning. Okay, dream number 2. This one was one that I wrote down, and I do remember this one, but it's, again, a very short dream. Normally I'd disregard a dream like this because it's so like insignificant, really, but because it's about the train tracks, which I've made so many dreams, videos on dreams that I've had about train tracks, especially like reoccurring dreams that happen every now and then, and it's like, why do I keep dreaming this? Is this a symbol? Is this a sign? Is this like some kind of like dream interpretation thing? I don't know, but just because it's about the train tracks, this is what I dreamt. It was different than any one I've ever had before. However, it did take place in the same stretch of tracks that like I normally dream about. Because normally when I dream about these train tracks, there is no train in sight. It's usually just the tracks. However, this time I was on the tracks and there was a train. A train actually came. Now, I wrote down here that I got wedged between a wall and the train. That I remember because it was very like, I felt like, you know, I was kind of wedged between this wall and the train, and I had probably like this much space between me. Like, I was just wedged in this, I was like sandwiched between the wall and the train was staying still. But in my mind I was thinking, if this train starts, I'm gonna be either sucked underneath it or snagged on it or something. I'm gonna get sliced open by something that's coming from further down the train. Like, there's gonna be a metal piece that's like slightly protruding off the side of the train that's gonna slice right through my legs or something. Again, very anxious dream. But I also remember thinking, my sister's on this train and I need to be able to get her attention, to let her know, to get the guy on the driver to stop the train. That's basically it for that one. I just wrote same stretch of tracks in previous dreams. That was it. There was no more to it than that. But I wanted to mention it just because, again, it's about, like, I literally dream about train tracks all the time. This is where it gets extra crazy. So this is the most recent one I had, and I remembered it so vividly when I woke up in the morning, to the point where I wrote a huge list of things that I remembered, but none of it makes sense to me now. Like, a few hours later, after my brain fully woke up, I couldn't remember any of it. And I looked back at this list. I wrote this list purposely so that I wouldn't ever forget. And looking back now, it's just a bunch of mumble jumble. I wrote barren wasteland outside. Well, I actually wrote barren waste late outside, but I was just tired and I couldn't spell. 2-tier drinking carousel. Now, I do remember that. Funnily enough, that's the only thing I remember. It was kind of like sitting around, you know, the way people sit around a bar, but it was like a carousel. It was like perfectly round, and it was a 2-tier. Like, there was 2 levels to it. So there was people sitting at the bottom, which is where I was, and there was another level above you where other people were drinking. And it was like, in the middle was like bartenders and stuff like that, and just around the outside was the customers. That's the only thing I really remember. And then the next thing I put was inside building, which I guess was like part of that because the carousel was actually inside a building. Then I wrote workers, other tribes, zombies, ocean outside. Now, I do remember this part too. There was like, I don't remember the ocean, but I wrote crews coming to crash at the end. Now, I think what I meant by that, and I do remember that, there was what looked like a cruise ship, and it was coming directly toward the building that I was in. But I don't remember the ocean or a wasteland or anything like that, or zombies. All I remember was the ship coming directly towards us and thinking that's gonna hit. Stealing. Oh, I hope it wasn't me. But yeah, that happened apparently. Now, I don't understand this part either. I put tags look like quarter rolls. Like, you know those rolls of quarters that you get? I don't know what I meant by tag. What the fuck is a tag? But I put tags looked like quarter rolls. So whatever the tags were, they looked like rolls of quarters. And then the last thing was fun until end. That's the last thing I wrote. So I guess that means I was having fun until either the ship was coming to crash or I just bit my tongue so hard. Or the zombies were coming. I don't know what happened first. But yeah, either way, it was a pretty insane dream apparently. Like, this is like an actual slight little peek inside my head. Try and make sense of that, if you will, please. I dreamt this, I wrote this list, And even I don't understand any of this now. But yeah, I didn't really see the point in doing those individually like I normally would with dreams, because they were so kind of just either short or just like that. Like, it made no sense. I couldn't even do it as like a story time kind of thing like I normally would do with dreams. I want to kind of paint the picture so that you guys can see it too. But with that, there's nothing. I got nothing. That is just a big bunch of baloney. There is nothing in there that makes any sense at all. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video for today. I feel like I'm glad to get them 3 things out the way, because I was kind of like, should I just delete them and like forget about them, because they're really not video worthy. But I'm kind of glad to just get them out the way, so now I can focus more on like actual videos. Excuse me again. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and remember to chase your dreams.